Today we're having a Cornas from the Northern Rhone, so it's 100% Syrah. It's Guy Farge, and he has Harmonie 2017. Now, Guy Farge has two Cornas, Harmonie and Renard. Harmonie tends to be the younger vines, a lot of people do that, and Renard is the premium from the Renard vineyard, which is really the top of the known vineyards in Cornas and older vines and all that. This is half the price. It's also made to be drunk a little younger. So again, in this whole notion of laddering that we've talked about, it makes sense to have something you can drink a little bit sooner. It's 100% Syrah, as we said, and you can see that, look at the color, it's very, very dark. And I don't know if you can see from the video, but it's, it's got that purple, really, it's purple, very dark purple Syrah tint. Now, when I first opened it yesterday, there was a very strong kind of spice, not pepper, spicy thing that we identified finally as being really kind of like more like a curry, cumin, if you want, which is sort of unusual and very interesting to get in a French wine. It's kind of gone a little bit now. You're getting a little bit more fruit. This is a very young wine, so ideally I would have waited a little longer. But again, we've got to go through the stock, so to speak, and it's also something that known this wine to have when it's young. It's got a totally different feel. It's fresher, it's sharper, it's more acidic, more tannin in it, and then it's just kind of a different kind of appreciation. Goes well with food. All that kind of good stuff. It is sharp from that point of view. Unlike the Gourbi that we had a few weeks ago, that was just deeper, thicker. This feels a little bit more sharp and acidic. Wow. Really benefited from being open for a day. You're getting a lot of the fruit, but not in a sweet kind of way. It's really, you feel the color almost in your mouth, and you've got that nice finish that actually is getting less acidic than it was yesterday. So you got a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more together, and it just sits on the tongue. It is a young wine, and it feels like a young wine, and it tastes like a young wine, all in really a very good way. So I think this is one of those things where you can have it today, or you can have it in 10 years, and maybe I'll have some in 10 years, who knows. But in any case, very enjoyable, very high quality. Guy Farge himself used to sell his grapes, but then in the 80s he started making his own wine. Later on, sorry. But he's been selling, he's been in the wine business. Again, a lot of this, part of this whole generation of people in Cornas that turned it from a bulk wine into a very high quality, terroir focused. It's all in the terroirs. I mean, a lot of the quality and the value in the Cornas bottles you buy have to do with what specific plot that came from, whether it's Sabarot or Agat or Renard or Chaillot. I mean, you can just go down the list, and that's very, very specific to what goes on in Cornas. And now we have actually a whole new generation of people. His son is taking over, like we saw at Allemand and Dostin and some of the others. A lot of the Northern Rhone generation that made this area great over the last 34 years is turning over. And hopefully there'll be more innovation and more quality all along, all down the line. Cheers.